4, 3, 2, 1.
Absolutely will be the strongest hero in the game eventually.
Yep.
But man, like
Getting there.
yeah, the pace though, like Nightfall's ultimate's the only cooldown they're really reliant upon. I don't even think Disruptor ultimate's that important to like their game plan.
The player, you know, every time I see T1 play, I always feel is so crucial to their success. And this game more than ever is this guy, Cuckoo, playing the Shaker, Core Shaker. Like, if they want to get to that point with Medusa comes online, I feel like a lot of that is up to him.
What a punk. Prepare for battle.
So it seems like it wasn't just a one-off from VP, the Dawnbreaker carry. That's what I was wondering yesterday when I was like watching the game back. You know, how reliable does this look? I don't think he's going to go the Radiance build again. I think it'll be more like the Echo Saber, BKB Deso, something like that. You know, just like more up in your face. Might even go like a Scotty, just something to make it harder for Deuce to do a job.
Whitemon with the Ravage, but he looks pretty dead. He's trying to get the high five. Save says, see you later.
They tried to deny him. They both attacked at the same time between the Lina and I believe who was the other hero there? I think that was the Weaver.
Weaver on Medusa?
Yeah, Weaver on Medusa.
30 seconds.
Zephyr, one of my favorite players in the tournament now that he bought my voice line.
Yep. He was spamming the Dendy one there, though, at the start of the game.
I don't have like a rule of exclusivity here.
Okay.
He's allowed to, you know, spam the voice lines of anybody he so chooses.
Yeah. You're a poly voicerist.
Yes. I was thinking.
Human being.
I was thinking of some reference to that, but I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, you're okay if it's not exclusive.
Yes.
But First Blood went to the Void Spirit. Always good news when your mid laner can get themselves a First Blood.
Yeah, he got a wand off of it, so he didn't elect to like rush his bottle any faster.
Yep.
He's just choosing to. That's going to help him get there very smoothly, because I would say against Lina, the main issue he'll have is just getting bullied out of lane.
Oh my gosh, VP, you mentioned the overall aggression, and they're just launching him behind the tower. They almost get the kill. He doesn't have a TP. If he dies, even if he doesn't die, he's got no regen here.
Do they have a salvo on Whitemon?
You better hope so. He's got boots.
Yikes.
Couriers need to come out. They did deward, so these couriers are a little bit safer.
There's no salve on that courier. Okay, there's a salve on that courier.
But at the same time, does Bounty sniff this one out? They gotta, if they don't see this Bounty, they have to worry about these couriers. It looks like Save is just dragging the wave, so once they see that happen, they know these couriers can come out safely.
Venomancer is traditionally an incredibly weak level 1 hero. So if you're like winning the level 1 and having a really good start, once you get like level 3, 2 points up in the passive, Venomancer is just basically twice as strong as a hero.
Yeah. That's why they're just trying to pull these waves. They don't want to play the lane since that Veno is a bit weak at the level 1. So top lane will turn into 2 1v0 lanes, at least to some extent. When we look at mid lane, Lina versus Void Spirit. Going to be tough for Lina with the First Blood? Or is that not the case?
She's pretty favored here, I think, so it'll probably put it to about even.
Got it.
Charles also, I'd say, one of the stronger mechanical mid laners.
Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, I missed First Blood. My bad. As First Blood goes, Kuka gets picked up. We talked about him having a big game.
We saw First Blood. That was line earlier. We saw the line.
Oh no, that's true. That wasn't First Blood. We got First Blood. Never missed a First Blood in my life. But I love BP. Always looking for the high fives. And always looking for aggression. These laning stages, they are absolutely on top of 23 Savage and on top of Whitemon. They're just on top of T1, not giving them any room to breathe. This is already looking VP favored, and we're just 2 minutes in.
And there's no signs of them ever slowing down, ever, in this game. And they've got level 3 on DM. Really good job by dragging their way back and then giving him solo XP. The Bounty Hunter doesn't really need levels either, so this lane just has really innate synergy there.
What do you mean? You want to level up the Janata, don't you? Well, is it still called Janata?
It is indeed still called Janata. I think you end up going 3-1-1. but maybe if they're like stomping the lane, you can just like
Get
max
that
out the
second.
Janata. Just, it's probably good, not just for your own gold, but you're legit just stealing the precious gold that 23 Savage is managing to get. But you know the lane on Venomancer is going incredibly well when you go 2-1-0.
Okay.
Like when your skill build has 2 points in Gale, you know you're just spamming it on the opponent carry. And in this case, Medusa has no way to remove it. So that's a lot of damage. How much is the Gale damage total? It's 75 plus 5 times 45, which is 300 damage. That is a lot of damage.
Ouch. Ouch, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
A lot of damage, and Zephyr dealing with a lot of damage down bottom is going to survive through the Thunderstrike, but gets low. It's 2 points. Everything they do, 2 points in Gale, 2 points in Thunderstrike, they're all about trying to run over and crush these lanes.
Okay,
VP just loving the early game lane aggression. Won't latch on with that Gale. Nice little side step from 23 Savage, and DM is off the mark, but he's already got an Urn up.
But until if they get another kill in this lane, I think top's going to become a disaster. But if they manage to just hold the door on Whitemon as well as 23 Savage, don't give him any Urn charges, that it's like 1 kill is going to bleed into a lot more kills. Yeah, is what I'm thinking here.
And this wave is pushed so far away from the Deuce's tower, making it so hard. Down bottom, Cuckoo does do a nice job with Zephyr to turn things around and get a kill on the Disruptor there. Save is just being a constant nuisance on this bounty.
Yeah, they're trying to pull the camps to like fix the lane, and he's just not letting this happen. Not on my watch, he says. Wait, what?
Not on my watch either.
How does Nightfall solo kill a Weaver? You know, I think we should take 0 responsibility for that missed kill right there.
Blame it on the players.
Yeah,
please tweet your T-Turs at Nightfall and...
No, Nightfall's fine.
Oh, okay.
He made the right play somehow.
At Zephyr, then.
Yeah, it has to be Zephyr. He needs to spam my voice line a few times to avoid that happening again.
Yep.
A bauble from the void.
But Kingslayer constantly just trying to play up in their face. 23 Savage up top. Does have a TP, but maybe thinking he can't go for it, especially if Sable's appointing the Shuriken. And
nice!
Yeah, very well done.
Still get Urn charges, though.
Okay. And now he's
he just used it on himself to
popping,
get
defensively. Okay. Jeez, this top lane is brutal. Mid lane going pretty well, and this may be up to Carl to kind of come online and make something happen. Tick, 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 TP, he's safe. Whew.
That was awfully close. Did they use their Urn charge on him too?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that they're back down to square one with 0 Urn charges.
No. That's why I went for that kill, trying to get use them all up and get a free 2. But heads up play from Whitemon to get out of there as the rune's coming up. GPK survives the Laguna Blade, and he's going to get out of there. Astral steps his way.
Got the rune too.
And yeah. Snagging the rune, the raindrop saving his life there, it looked like. Nope. Sentry already there. That's going to allow Whitemon to de-ward. Okay, should find it. There we go.
That feels so good as support. You're struggling. Lane's been a bit rough.
Yeah.
Walk up the high ground and there's just a ward there.
It was the same sentry, yeah. That got another ward. Here we go, the first dive. There's the Dawnbreaker ultimate comes charging on in. Looking for that last bit of damage to bring down Carl, and one more right click. GPK, not... oh, and the Weaver bug finishes off Kingslayer. They didn't get him. Dawnbreaker's kind of trying to chase, but I don't think he can catch up. Nope.
Okay.
He gets out of there. That's big for T1.
Yeah, he's their only core having a really nice game so far, Carl. So him living is very important. DM's gone back. He hasn't fully committed to this kill build. He's going back for the wards. You kind of have 2 options. It's like all in it and just say I'm going to max out the Gale and then level my ultimate at 6. Or you can start to max out the wards saying playing more for the farm, pressure tower game. And kind of surprised that he isn't going the kill build, given the way VP's been playing so far, but I can understand it. It's much more reliable to play Venomancer the other way.
Yeah, it doesn't want to maybe enter the mid game when they're taking towers without the wards leveled up. VP trying to get themselves some more earn charges. Went for a poke on a Whitemon, but he manages to get back to the safety of his tower, and they want to now start pressuring this tower. And you're against the Medusa, you're just feeding her free gold if you have like super low level wards. You definitely don't want to be using the level 1 wards.
Yeah, it's pretty much like all or nothing on the ward leveling for sure. Pig pole for Nightfall. The thing about Dawnbreaker as a carry that's so nice is you just leave her alone. You just let her do her thing, and every 2 minutes you've got this team fight backup ultimate that you can have.
Yep.
You can use for pickoffs too.
VP committing to this top lane, the 2 supports in the Veno, knowing that the Dawnbreaker, once that ultimate comes back up, can show up to this fight, although it is on cooldown currently. And if they can push 23 Savage out of this lane, or just get it killed, that'd be huge for them. And this looks like he's just going to be left alone, and nothing Whitemon can really do. I mean, the Weaver shows up. They want to try and turn this one around. The Void Spirit's going to be a little bit careful.
They've got Dawnbreaker.
Does have an Astral Step, and yep, there's the Dawnbreaker coming in with the Dissimulate damage as well. Nightfall gets the kill. They time that aggression as the Dawnbreaker was coming back up, and Nightfall gets a second. Great. VP seem to have done their practice and prep for TI with some Dawnbreaker play.
Yeah, this is just, you and I, we both looked at each other funny when they picked Medusa on T1, because they had seen the 4 heroes from VP of like run at you. And that's exactly what you would expect in VP's draft.
Yep.
Medusa's just not equipped to deal with that just yet. The nerfs that came out back when Medusa was really broken was to her level 1 mana shield. And that just makes her more susceptible to exactly what you're seeing here.
Wow, they
TP'd in here.
and just instantly gets gone on. Has to often. I mean, you often don't see that Stone Gaze level this early on, but good thing he did, or he'd be dead. He's just dead anyways. He's TP'd in. They're tipping him. They know he's just ruined his own game. And that is a 3K net worth Medusa. Struggling, but T1 may get some revenge up here. Can they bring down this Veno? It looks like help is on the way for VP. Comes a little bit too late, so Whitemon helps secure a kill for Zephyr as he'll pay the price for it.
This is before Bounty Hunter track, by the way. Like this is how fast they're playing without the motivation or the incentive, I guess you could say.
Level Janata.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just saw that. That's when you know the game's really good.
Yeah.
That's the value tip right there, spamming the voice lines while they kill him as well. Full mental damage and financial damage have been done. Not only is he dying, but he's also getting yoinked as he's dying. That feels so bad, man. Losing your lane to a Bounty Hunter. It doesn't happen very often, but Venomancer owns Medusa and made pretty hard.
They did a really good job pulling the wave back. It felt like from the start almost like the wave was closer to the Veno's tower than the Medusa's.
It was the fact that they did that aggressive move while 23 Savage was walking to lane, which made it so he was so low they couldn't stop that maneuver. So really just well planned out by VP.
I like this move. That's a big kill if they can get it, and they have. Nightfall goes down.
He understands. And that's really important to relieve that pressure on the top tower.
But
Cuckoo's now getting the business here.
Going for the yoink, but has to worry about the totem. They're going to glimpse him back into a static swing. Now he gets a chance to steal some damage, but walks out. Echo Slam, Fissure, Cuckoo showing up and getting a couple of kills for his team. He dies, but he does take 2 down with him. Carl needs to try and keep himself alive. Turns around Laguna Blade. Carl needs to TP himself back to Found, but he's just dead. The Venoman's ultimate making sure of it. GPK cleaning on up.
Yeah, he TP'd in for that fight on the Lina, so Carl had no way out.
Yeah. But
I don't know who that benefited. Genuinely. I think overall I'm probably happy if I'm T1 because you killed Nightfall earlier, right before that engagement bottom, and also Savage is getting that crucial time to himself that he was not getting any of prior to that.
It's costly. Like, they lose their mid and their offlaner, but it feels like the kind of sacrifice. Like, it was a 3 for 2 in the grand scheme of things, and space for Savage is just essential right now.
Yeah, we saw yesterday that VP was crushing OG with a similar draft and then overextended a few times. And I think T1 punishes that really well, like the way they play in general.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. They not only do that in general, but they have heroes like Medusa and Earthshaker, similar to last game, that if you do overextend, you will die.
Yeah. The heroes that are, in some ways, all about playing from behind. Like, you don't draft them to crush the early game. You'd like to, you know, obviously have a good early mid game, but
you'd probably automatically win.
Yeah.
If you have a good early game on these types.
Yeah,
of
we've seen Medusas go high ground at 20-25 minutes when the game goes well. And you get like 2 items and you're ready to go high ground with Aegis. But not one of those games. As DM has maxed out the wards now. He's got a hood. He's getting fairly tanky. His game's looking pretty solid. And they're going to finally get this. This top T1 tower took a while to actually bring down.
Yeah, T1 dedicated a pretty good amount of resources to keeping it alive. That's a really common staple for them. So what that tells me is if you're a team that plays much more for the late game, how important that tier 1 tower is. I mean, their name is T1. They're going to protect the T1 tower.
Makes sense. Go for the tier 2, you can have it. Tier 1, no siree.
Exactly.
Waimon on the high ground. He's caught aggressively, but Cuckoo blinks in. We'll finish off the Void Spirit.
Kingslayer was holding on to that ability, I think.
Wow.
And
big kills.
Lost him.
They may get more. They've got the sentry for save. They see him.
This is T1 at their... This is bread and butter. This is exactly what they do.
Yeah, they were just waiting for Bound to get 6 and get track, and then like, okay, he's got track now, we can't give up any more kills. We got to kill them now. Before track, sure, you can kill us.
Yeah, they were kind of feeding randomly, like one by one, before the track. And when I say randomly, it was about objectives. They were making sure they were holding the crucial objectives, but it was kind of like dying one at a time. Now they're constantly sitting together as 3 or 4, like you said, against this bounty hunter track. And I like the instant change of pace that they've adjusted to.
They've got the 1K gold lead. This is T1, who yesterday did not win a game. They went 0-4, are holding their own and looking in an okay position against one of the hottest teams from yesterday.
If they bleed 2 or 3 kills, this will turn pretty quickly, is my only concern here. But so far, they are executing quite well.
Yeah, and if it's just a support, like throwing away his life for some info, like a kill like this on Whitemon, you're not too worried about. You don't want Cuckoo going down, and that's a big kill for the Shaker if he does get picked off. With the Dawnbreaker coming on in, it looks bad for Cuckoo. This is the bleeding of kills you were talking about. Goes for the Echo Snipe. Cuckoo! He says save! What are you doing, my friend? Full mana Echo.
That's the price you pay for maxing Janata. I just want to hit him one more time.
Yeah.
Well,
still a worthwhile. It looked fun for Cuckoo, but
the thing is that these support kills, or I mean in this case an off-lane kill, don't usually matter that much. But with the bounty hunter in the picture, it's definitely more benefit. Like it's just so much more gold being injected into VP than it would be otherwise.
VP continue their aggression. They find a Weaver. Stonegaze gets committed, so now they can continue playing aggressive without worry of that defensive spell, and they'll get that tier 1 mid tower, it looks like, as they continue to invade. They leaving DM by himself while they look for more kills. They both went for the deny and neither got it. Carl's been caught by the Yule Scepter. The Remnant going to pull him back in, and he's tracked up as well. Carl going to look to turn and fight and gets the Void Spirit before he goes down. He's going to die to the Venomancer damage, but probably won't mind the fact that he brought down the Void Spirit with him. T1, whenever they get going on, they know it's like, I'm dead. I'm going to do everything I can to bring as many heroes down with me as possible.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a good job of like standing their ground in that regard, but man, this isn't a pace of the game that T1 is wanting.
Yeah.
Like they're not choosing this. I think they're addressing it pretty well, but how many times do you have to kill VP before it stops? That's where's the threshold?
Yeah. To me, it's kind of like a Medusa item timing where it maybe stops. Like you need that Medusa to get farmed and come online. Like the Skadi timing, suddenly it's like, okay, I don't think VP are going to be doing that into a Medusa with Manta Skadi.
True. They've got no Disruptor ultimate just yet. Now they have it.
Yeah. DM's going to be a little bit careful, but a great Static Storm counterplay. They've got the Weaver, and that's the big hero to potentially find here. Dawnbreaker going to look to ulti on in. 23 Savage is going to be careful. Pops the Stonegaze, trying to get himself out of there, but playing against Disruptor, sometimes you just can't escape. Goes for the TP out, but Nightfall is there, ready to stop his TP on out.
This is what I was talking about. One kill is going to lead into another.
Yep.
Every person that dies makes it infinitely more likely for somebody else to die. And VP will get so much out of this. They've got the Spirit Vessel to cash in on the kills. They've got the Bounty Hunter track.
Yeah, I mean 2.5k gold advantage in a 3-for-1. We're 17 minutes in. That is a crazy amount of gold to just suddenly swing. Okay, wants to get out of there, dodges the Earth Spike, so he'll be fine. As they do fissure up the Venomancer, but it doesn't look like they can follow it up with anything.
That was a really good defensive play by VP. I feel like T1, like, nothing they could have done better. It just feels like they should have gotten a kill there, you know, with the heroes they have. But VP disengaged really well. Going for Halberd. Saw something similar out of the DK from last game, where the best way to deal with Dusa is to just not.
Save doing a good job of just playing this vision game, getting pesky observer wards up, using his life just to scout heroes out. He does walk into a sentry ward, so a bit of caster curse, just trying to help T1 out of it, you know.
True.
As VP use that info to jump somebody else, they see the line and they're like, okay, 2 heroes top. Let's put White One on a cliff. I don't know if that was intentional or not. He's going for the TP out, but he gets brought back down and won't see himself surviving. Carl with the BKB. He got forced out, and Nightfall is chasing, looking for this, but doesn't have the ability to kill Alina.
So I thought he might have gotten the Radiance just to like deal with the Lycan summons in some way, but he thinks based on what I'm seeing here, he thinks it's like the best build.
Okay.
Just universal on the Dawnbreaker carry. As that is what we are seeing, guys. If you're just tuning into the game, you do see a #1 net worth Dawnbreaker. He did the same skill build yesterday, skips the talent at level 10 until level 16, takes all the damage talents. Scales pretty hard. The star swipe, is that what the ability is?
The bonus crit.
Oh, and star breaker.
Oh, jump Medusa. In trouble. That's going to be an easy kill. Immediately tip to follow it up. They kind of want White One. Have they got a glimpse? Doesn't look like it. On cooldown.
Long story short, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And even though they have a lot of stuns, and I was talking about how like kind of clunky Dawnbreaker can be, the new shard is pretty insane for carry Dawnbreaker. It makes it so you're magic immune during your Starbreaker, which makes him he's gonna be able to cast all the 3 swipes every single time.
Yep.
He should be able to hit Medusa every single time if he's on top of him. I don't see how you'd ever miss a Medusa with that spell.
Yep.
So, and that's a lot. That's a lot of damage. You crit if the Luminosity attack is prepped, and you get the bonus damage on the swipes. And with the Radiance, it is plus 60 damage on your right clicks. It's not like it's just for the Radiance burn.
Yep. And we're seeing, I think some of the comments we had was when they picked it yesterday, it's because they had this kind of semi-globalish strat with the Nature's Prophet as well. And this Necro that can just push down lanes with this backup, but they're just picking it here with no like obvious synergy for the Dawnbreaker ultimate.
Yeah, it's more so just like the low cooldown part of their team that I think the Dawnbreaker works really well with. Just constant up-tempo run and gun play style, and you want your team to be in control if you as a carry want to play alone, right? Wow, GPK. I have to imagine that was some degree of foresight. Might have just been luck that he dissimullated right as the fissure came in.
Yeah, nicely done. It seems like VPC Dawnbreaker is just like a better Spectre. It's kind of
a really strong laning Spectre.
Yeah.
You're obviously giving up some late game potential, but the difference is that the cooldown is 60 seconds less with your level 1 ultimate. The Haunt is 180 seconds. And then it's more of a defensive spell, I think the Dawnbreaker ultimate is.
Okay. Carl, oh my, even with the BKB being popped, he's being chased down here. He's trying to use the movement speed, gets the stun on 1 but not 2, save. Shurikens him down and
so much
elsewhere. Yeah, things are not looking pretty. They're going to use that mobility. The Dawnbreaker comes in with the ultimate, that bonus heal as well. Cuckoo, he's got no way out. That one not a track kill at least, but oh boy, things suddenly, for a while they were looking okay for T1, and now not the case again.
It is this the carry that might make VP have a significantly deeper run in the tournament? Like,
Yeah.
we saw OG win TI off of IO carry. Like, just something no other team's done. I don't think anybody else has picked Dawnbreaker 1 position so far. And it's both games they were in, even though the game with OG got a bit rocky, they were pretty significantly ahead.
Yep.
Around like the 10 or the 15 to 20 minute mark.
Yeah. And it's a hero I feel like not just any team can pick up, because it does seem to uniquely fit their play style.
It does, yeah.
Like, I don't imagine a team like an EG can just be like, yeah, this will suit RTZ.
Yeah, I don't think it's an easily replicable, because it's not like just the hero itself, right? The hero has to tie into like exactly what the rest of the game plan is. He's farmed so fast. Got a BKB almost. He only had I think he got the Radiance like 2 minutes ago. That was just the track kill on Carl, I think, that really accelerated that.
Uh-oh. Cuckoo doesn't have his BKB yet, and they've got a Static Storm waiting for him to dump on top with the track. They get bonus gold once again. Every kill just adding up here.
I don't think T1 can just draft their normal stuff against VP. Like, they saw the Bounty Hunter, and they picked Earthshaker Medusa. Like, they saw what VP planned to do in the game, and they still stuck to their guns on this is how we play Dota, this is our best comfort zone style, and it's just getting punished so hard.
Yeah, it feels like you gotta adapt your playstyle and be ready to fight. Like that's why I think, I mean, OG, they drew against them, but even the game VP won, they almost bounced back because they were ready to fight.
Yeah.
This will hasten the footfall.
But definitely VP a team that can put any opponent on the back foot and force you to change their playstyle potentially.
Yeah, it's just like on a scale of 1 to 10 of like, you know, T1's always going to play this way to some extent. This is like a this is like a 9. They're like a very back, like sit back kind of style. And you may say like, we're gearing up to like for you to run at us, but you have to have some sort of playmaking. Otherwise, VP can kind of just go wherever they want, is what I'm feeling. It's like, yes, you have the Earthshaker Echo Slam, but then what? It's like, what are you following it up with when Carl's spending the entire game getting ran at?
Yep.
Like this.
He does hold his BKB, but Save is there waiting behind the tower. It's just being an absolute nuisance, and now Dawnbreaker going to Solar Guardian on in. Help finish off the line. They've got the track on a Carl post BKB, so they've got the vision. Kingslayer waits for the BKB to wear off, glimpses him back. The track plus glimpse, that's another combo we haven't even talked about. That's an old school one. Teams used to do the Slaughters and the Bounty Hunter with Disruptor all the time, having the vision. But this fight has gone T1's way. They've managed to turn it into a 3-for-1 in their favor. VP getting a little bit too aggressive.
That's exactly what they did in the OG game, VP. They dove the enemy triangle, and T1, just like OG, is ready to respond.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what they got to do. The ball is in the court of VP, but it's on T1 to play some defense.
See there, it's been a bit of a rough time for 23 Savage. 1 and 5 for him. Carl's Lena game has been on point for the most part. He's hit level 20 and managed to scale pretty well. BKB Crystallis, so he's got the damage output now with the level 20 talent. You definitely have to respect his damage output in these fights, particularly during that BKB.
He could be the difference maker, because with the weight of the world on the Medusa's shoulders, I'd say it's going to be a bit tough.
Oh, they've found 2 of the Fissure. The Static Storm looking to turn this one around, but there is a BKB on Cuckoo. DM's tanky, but not tanky enough. They bring down the Veno.
That's a huge kill.
Not going to find any follow-up kills off of it, but they can now play pretty aggressive on the map with the Veno down.
He's like their dangler that sets up all the plays, so I think it's going to be tough for VP to find any openings. That was probably the best target that T1 could get, because he already had used ultimate earlier on the Venomancer, so he wasn't able to like make them have to retreat because they lost half their HP or anything like that. They're able to establish themselves top lane and mid lane, pushing them out.
Looks like off the back of it, T1 just happy to play a bit more of the farm game. Medusa still has a bit of ways to come online. We'll take another look at this one here. Just nice find and utilizing that, the BKB Shaker. Not an item you often see as that kind of first major pickup after the blink, but it's paying off here.
Definitely has to. There's just way too much to worry about on the side of VP, and that was why I was also a bit surprised with the Radiance this game, because T1 definitely has to buy BKBs, and Radiance obviously countered by BKB as well.
Oh, Cuckoo blinks in with the Echo Slam. Carl behind is not going to get the LSA, the Force Staff over the Fissure, helping keep him alive, and Carl's going to just back off. He is so low in health here.
Nice glimpse.
Glimpse back into the static storm. Zephyr can't get out.
That's a consolation for T1 there, is that he saved to not get the track off.
Yeah. They're clawing their way back in this one, even though VP get that kill. It's only back down to a 4K gold lead, and it was like 8K plus before. Yeah, it was quite the drop-off.
Oddly enough, this is the exact narrative that we saw yesterday. Being created by VP. Establish a massive lead, throw a couple times. They ended up closing that game out. Will they be able to do it again?
Oh, they're going to look to fight this one. Safe Force Staff onto the cliff, and with the Dawnbreaker showing up, the Guardian helping keep him alive. 23 Savage just going to Stone Gaze and then kind of hold his ground here. Mantis out of this one, but he's getting low, losing his mana. And this Dawnbreaker is just doing too much freaking damage. He obliterates the Medusa, but the Void Spirit goes down in the process, and now Dawnbreaker out of gas is going to go down here. This Lina just shredding through them, gets the kill on the high ground on the bounty who's stuck, and they want more. They want Kingslayer.
Where was DM?
Yeah, he wasn't anywhere to be seen. They needed something to address the Lina. I'm not sure DM would have been the answer, but Lina just cleaned up there.
They just brought the superior numbers on T1 then. I feel like they responded more quickly to the engagement occurring than VP. I don't know, DM must have like TV top to push it out or something. I imagine he would have connected. They had the tier 1 tower before that, mid, so he would have been able to TP.
Do we have the fight recap? Whew, that Lina
that's
damage.
A lot. Look at the experience.
That's
Look at the experience. That's so much. 6,000?
Yeah, Shake Your Lina and Lion, the big breadwinners for that experience. They get a ton of levels for it. As we see the fight once again happening here. It's just Carl on the side. And I imagine Nightfall's like, this fight's great. I'm killing this Dusa. I'm like still full health. And then suddenly Carl, with max fiery soul stacks, is just wailing away on him. At some point, they're going to have to prioritize Carl over 23 Savage.
Yeah, just the sheer amount of time it takes. Like, you're giving this Lina effectively Medusa's HP of time to kill you.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying when you conceptualize it like that. The Axe from Veno might be a game changer. It's a lot of damage. What they did to Veno recently this year was they made his ultimate do less damage flat, but it does a percentage of damage of your HP. So if you see the Scepter damage, it goes 4.5% of your max HP per second.
They're going to commit the Echo Slam for this one. DM surviving for now. Another Totem hit's going to finish him off, and Dawnbreaker ultied into this one. Nightfall, he may just die. The Lina right-click damage is going to be too much for him. Oh no! VP have completely thrown away their lead here. They will get the kill on the Lina, but he had the Aegis. Carl's going to be coming back to life, and with 23 Savage showing up, they're absolutely tearing apart. VP get demolished in this mid lane. What a comeback from T1.
If you told me T1's going to win this game, this is exactly how it's going to look. Like, you VP, lane dominating team, they get off to an early lead. T1, just the turtle masters of all of Dota right now. I think they're like the most signature team of this being their playstyle, and they have just allowed VP to overextend 1 or 2 times, and they have just slammed the door in the face of this bounty hunter lineup.
They want
Look at Zephyr. Look
DM,
at this
and they're going to get him. Yeah, and Shaker Cuckoo's going to TP himself home. He should survive through this. Yep, pops a Fairy Fire, I believe, just to be safe.
This might be the sloppiest performance I've seen from DM in a long time. I feel like he's just not been where he needs to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he had like a really powerful laning stage, and he's like the guy that he's the catalyst for his strategy. You know, he gets gone on because he's pressuring. They have the Disruptor ultimate to chase people, or the Glimpse to chase people, the Dawnbreaker ultimate to counter initiate, and that one death mid kind of snowballed into a bunch of map control stuff where he had to then go top, and then the fight happened at the triangle that he wasn't there for. It was a 4v5, and now he's dying again.
Yeah. It is, I mean, the death mid and the one with the big fight there where Dawnbreaker, it is his job to get gone on, right? Like,
yes.
in some sense. He needs his teammates there, but...
But I think he's at the point where, because of the earlier deaths and the loss of team fights, he's no longer at the threshold of being unkillable.
Okay. And we've seen several times, it takes a long time to bring him down. He is killable, but ideally, yeah, you need to utilize the fact he gets gone on and is so tanky to win a team fight.
Yeah, and if he's becoming easier and easier to chew through as Carl is chunking him now with with the Lina.
Even Cuckoo, when he pops those totems, is just a lot of right-click damage potential. Save is getting some good intel here, scanning him out, but it doesn't feel like VP any interest in taking fights at this stage anymore. We've got a gem on the Bounty Hunter, which feels more like I mean, not desperation, but it's like he wants to make sure that he can move around the map and know if there's sentries on him.
Yeah, these wards
smoked
for Veno,
up.
they lose so much effectiveness when these Infus heroes
Save, finds Cuckoo. That'd be a nice find, but he has a BKB, so they know they can't commit too much on a Cuckoo. Further down, Carl's Lina gets an LSA follow-up. The Void Spirit could be in some trouble. Is the damage going to be there? It's going to be close. He gets it to Assimilate off. The Dawnbreaker, the Guardian perhaps saving his life there, and as a result, GPK is kept alive. Neither team losing anyone yet, but they do eventually bring down DM's Veno, but the big kill, the one on GPK, is the one that T1 don't get. They're chasing, they're looking for more, but the glimpse back keeps Carl away. Boy, that was close.
Yeah, it's just, you think of this Venomancer's impact in the game, right? It's a 9th pick Veno. It's like a very late in the draft. He's kind of meant to take over the play style of the game, like the pace. And what he offers as a hero is that he pops his spells and the opponent has to run away because they can't sustain. But now you've got Satanic on 23 Savage and on Carl. Both the cores, I'd say wisely choosing to go for Satanics against the Veno. It feels like he's just a non-factor at this point. And that feels real bad. When you have like a carry Dawnbreaker, it's kind of like an equally distributed weight of trying to carry the team when you have a hero like Dawnbreaker 1, right? She's not a traditional hard carry. In a 1v1 vacuum, he will be out-carried by a Medusa.
Yep. Well, we'll see T1 continue looking to press their advantage. They've got the 10k gold lead now, and with an Ags Weaver, they've got that save potential in a team fight, and VP's draft designed to kind of dominate the early game and snowball, and achieve that, but just didn't quite snowball hard enough. I don't know, what do snowballs mean? Rolling down a cliff. Stumped you. As we're going to see Dawnbreaker coming in once again. That's a good start to the fight for VP. They take out the Weaver as well as the Lion. Carl forced to just run away, and VP utilizing this bounty vision effectively.
I figured if I said anything positive for T1 there, exactly what happened happened. So
Yeah.
I just tried to say nothing, and then it still happened. They just caught him with the ward. Acceptor from Void Spirit against the supports. Very important.
It's one thing VP seem to still have going for them is this vision game. The Veno wards, the bounty.
Oh, absolutely. If they ever manage to get the jump, which hasn't happened in a while, up until that last couple pickoffs there, absolutely in their favor. They've got the track, they've got the glimpse, everything vision game favors them. But if they are just together on T1, then vision matters much less.
Yeah. Is there a hope when we're looking at Lina, Medusa late game, like two great range carries in late game? How do you see Dawnbreaker? I mean, obviously a new kind of carry that we don't see much. How do you see Dawnbreaker scaling going into the late game?
It seems like the Lina really screws him. Like, it seems like he's trying to just walk around in the fight BKB and he's dying to Carl. So from what I'm seeing, it seems like not so good for Dawnbreaker moving forward. You'd rather have a melee hero that if they want to kill you, that you could like hit them back, you know. Get your sustain from the luminosity procs going.
Wait. Find the line, and now they're going to get the Weaver as well. VP going from one pick to the next, but here comes the rest of T1. They've lost two, but they still want to force and take this fight. We'll see if it pays off. Save playing around the Roshan pit, the fissure block keeping him safe, and 23 Savage has to be a little bit careful here. Gets pulled back in by the glimpse, and now this Medusa going to be ignored for now. They're going to see if they go for someone else. Not the case. VP, they've got numbers. They've got 5 versus 3, and T1 still want to hold their ground. They still want to fight. They're going to pop the Dawnbreaker ultimate to come on in. Cuckoo gets the stun as the Dawnbreaker arrives in.
He landed on the fissure.
Yeah, and then the Echo Slam going to come in as well. They tip Nightfall saying, sure, show up, come on in. You're invited to our party, a party where VP is going to lose this game, say T1.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I will say that I was doubtful of T1. I'm like, wow, they're 3v5 and they are sticking around willingly.
Is under attack.
But man, that's just such great awareness.
That's the second fight I've seen. The Dawnbreaker just solo Guardians in, instantly gets stunned and blown up. That ultimate has the potential to backfire.
Yeah, you can't cancel it willingly, I don't think. Right? It's not like it's like a channel that only gets canceled by the opponent stunning you. I don't think you can like turn it off.
Yeah.
Once you've done it, you're committed. I don't know if he's able to BKB mid-flight. These are mechanics of a new hero. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I was telling you earlier, I've still yet to play the hero. I will embarrassingly admit that.
Yeah. I played it once as a support, so I did not have a BKB. But if oh wow, he sold everything. He had a mech and a force staff.
Wow, his game is...
He thinks they're in that desperate of a situation to buy a sheep. Okay.
I like the boldness of it.
I'm not scared, bro.
You know, odds are still heavily against him. They're down 20k gold, but it really says something about VP's mentality. Like, they see a condition, the win conditions, as we like to call them, and it involves this Scythe of Ice. But T1, I mean, what do you do? It's Medusa plus an Alina with an Aegis. They didn't even have to give the Aegis to Medusa.
Yeah, Carl, HP compared to damage, he's much worse a ratio. You'd rather give him the second life, I think.
They'll let this top lane go. They are wrapping around. Virtus Pro looking for that kind of gotcha play. They see 23 Savage. They ignore him. Instead, it's going to be Cuckoo who gets the jump. Blinks in, slams down 2, takes out the Void Spirit, and now the Dawnbreaker showing up.
Oh,
it's going to be a 2-man Earth Spike. They tip knife. Deja vu. This Dawnbreaker just ulting into the worst possible situation several times. And T1 have gotten their first win, Brian.
Yeah, in T1 fashion. I'm glad to see it, you know. We talked about a few of the teams that haven't done so hot so far that maybe they have to adjust a little bit. I was doubtful.